Hello everyone, I'm checking something here before we start. We already have everything we need to start, I think so. So bear with me, give me a minute. I check something here, then we can start. Oh my god, how are you? Where are you watching from? How is life that side? Give me like 2 minutes, then I'll be done. Then we shall start. Okay. She's up. So how are you? Where are you watching from? You can say hello to me. Yes, so let's begin. We are going to make a wrap blouse. Yes, these are the measurements I'm going to use. For the bust is 12, under bust is 15.5, waist is 18. The blouse length will be 22. 22, I think it will be 22. Okay, 22. We need shoulder divide by 2, which is 7.5. Then we also need bust. Our bust is 43 divided by 4 is 43 divided by 4 is what? My mathematics is not so good. Can someone tell me? Because I have no calculator. Hi dear, how are you? Edolika. So 43 divided by 43 divided by 4 is 10 point what? 10.75, no, 10 point something, almost 10, almost 11, but not 11. So this is 10 point 10 point 10 point, let's take 75. Huh? Okay, my waist is 40 divided by 40 divided by 4 is 10. Okay, let's take it for this. Mathematics might not be right, but we shall take that as our measurement. So we are beginning with making our starting point. I always make a starting point when I'm starting to make a pattern. I take a starting point. Give me a minute here. Okay, so please subscribe, comment, like, share. Yeah, So let's begin. I'm going to take my, I'll not use black, let me use this. I'm taking a starting point. I just estimate it can be 1 inch or 0.5. This is my starting point and it is my shoulder line. So I'm going to measure my bust measurement. These are the vertical measurements. My bust from shoulder to bust is 12. From shoulder to under bust is 15.5. And from shoulder to waist is 18. Then from waist, this is waist 18. So my length is 22. I'll add, can add 1 inch or 1.5. I'll add 1.5. Okay, just that is for hemming. And now I'm going to take my shoulder to bust is 12, shoulder to under bust is 15.5, shoulder to waist is 18. The measurement, full measurement is 22 plus 1.5 inches for hemming. So I'm going to make a straight line here like this. Make a straight line here as well. Make a straight line here. Make a straight line on my full length and add hemming allowance. I'll mark this. This is a hem. You can use 1 inch or 2 inches or 1.5 depending on how you're going to roll your hem or make your hem. So now I'm going to take my horizontal measurements. So I'll use a neckline of 3 inches on the horizontal line. Then I'm going to get my shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder divided by 2 is 7.5. My shoulder, this is someone's measurements, so I'm using shoulder divided by 2, 7.5. Okay, so I come on my bust and measure the same 7.5 here. 7.5. I'll come up on this line by 2 inches. And that 2 inches I've come up, I'm going to make a chest line. So this is chest line. Okay. This is our bust line. This is our under bust. This is our waistline. This is our full length. So I'm going to come down here by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And I'm going to connect to the neckline. I'm going to make my neckline. Here it's 3 inches. I'll also take, this is for the back. I'm making the back. I'm going to take 1.5 inch for the back. I take this up by 0.5 inches. So I'm going to come here and divide this line by 2. I'm going to use this pattern both for the front and for the back. So I'm going to come and measure my bust divide by 4. So my bust is 10.75 is what we took. Okay, 10.75 is around here. We shall add 1 inch sewing allowance, or 0.75 depending. So I'm going to add 0.75, but let's add 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch. So we are going to come also on the bust line and add our bust measurement plus 1 inch, which makes it 11.75. I'm not going to use a dart on this pattern, on this blouse, so I'll just make it without a dart. I'm coming on my waist. My waist is waist divide by 4 is 10 plus 1 inch, which is 11. So on my full length, I will use my hip measurement. My hip measurement was 41. 41 divided by 4 is 10.25. 10.25. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance, making it 11.25. So I always tell you, your pattern should not look, it's not a must that your pattern will look like someone else's pattern, because our body shapes are different. Okay, so it's not a must that because someone's pattern looked a certain way, yours should look the same. No, it's not a must. If it looks the same, thank God. If it doesn't, still thank God. Yeah, so we are different in our own ways. So this is how my pattern will look like. And if you like, you can extend this a little bit. It has no problem still, because it's a blouse. You can extend it a little bit. Yeah, it's still your choice. You can extend it a little bit. So let me extend it a bit. It doesn't mean it's my right measurement, but I want to make a little bit of flaying on the down part, so that the waist, you can, what is it called, at least you can see the waist point. Okay, so from here I just take it straight down. Since this is a hem, let me take it straight down. So when you're cutting out your pattern, don't put sharp points. Eliminate the sharp points. And another thing, we shall cover a little bit. Now, like you can come up by 1 inch, let's say, and carve in a little bit. Yes, so carve in the way you want. Let me try to use this side like this. You can come up how you want it to be, and carve in a little bit. So you can take the first one or the second one, whatever. So this is our pattern, but before that we are going to put in the the armhole. So for the front armhole, I told you I'm using the same pattern to cut the front and to cut the back as well. So I'll come here like this, and from here I'll take it and for the back pattern I just come from this point and connect here. So we have our front and our back in the same pattern. So let's cut it out. I told you when you're cutting here, eliminate the curve. Make sure the point is not so sharp. We already put the sewing allowance, okay? You don't need to put again sewing allowance in this your pattern. So as I always say here, add a 0.5. That is to sew your shoulder line. I always use my eyes to see the 0.5. One more thing. But I don't think we need it. The front neckline, we might not need it, but let me just put it there. But we might not need it since it's a wrap top. But I should put it, okay? So I'm putting in the front neckline. I might not use it, but let me just put it for formality. Okay. Okay, so this is our pattern, and we are cutting the back on fold. We are cutting the back on fold. Remember, we had some fabric yesterday that remained. Let me see if I even have extra fabric in case that is not enough. I have extra fabric, but I don't know if the color is the real color, the same color. Where is the black? Let me first check and see. So we are using this to cut. We are cutting the back first, and the back is on fold. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pin. And since we have already put our hem, we shall not add so much. Already our hem is indicated here, and down I'll use the rolled hem down, so it will not require a lot of fabric to roll the hem. So I want to make sure that this is properly aligned before I can pin anything. Okay. All right, so we are going to cut this. So we don't need sewing allowance. We already put it on the pattern. I don't add sewing allowance personally. Not you. If you feel comfortable adding sewing allowance in your, what is this called? If you're okay adding sewing allowance on in your armhole, it's okay, but I don't add. With me, I don't add sewing allowance in my armhole. But if you like, you can. All right, we are done with the back. So we have our back. I don't know how to cut the front because I don't know if this is even enough. Can you imagine? Yay! 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 I don't know if this is enough. Oh my goodness. It just raised enough. Good. I want to cut in the same because this was cut on a bias. But I don't know if I use the same method it will work or I have to change something. But either way, it must work, huh? It must work. So I want to see how to minimize this fabric, and it will be enough for whatever I'm planning to do. So I'm going to, hey, 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 hey. I'm trying all the options, huh? The first option I have is this. I need to cover the whole of this pattern, and after I need to slide like this to make a wrap top. So if I do this, come here like this. This is small. Let me try this side. Either way, it must work. Whether it likes or not, it has to work. This can work, but okay. I need to make something. So it passes here. So this part can cover one side. This part is the problem. Is the problem. It will not be enough to cover this side. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Let me see here. This will not be enough automatically. Automatically, it's not enough. So I have to fold this like this into two. And place it here like this. And see how I can cut these two pieces together. First, I must make sure that they are equal on both sides. I think I should cut everyone without the other. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this first. And after cutting this first, I'll make sure this part will be the inside part, and this long part will be the part that comes from the outside. Yeah, because I'm trying to minimize the fabric as I can. and I have to make sure it's enough. So we have to think. We have to think and still make it. So I'm going to cut out this neckline. This is the front neckline. Okay. So it doesn't matter if I take it from this, if I fold it like this or the other way, it's still the same thing. Yeah, so don't say, oh, she did it upside down. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to cut everything separately, and then so I'm going to use my chalk and come from here and come in this direction. Then I will come here like this to meet up with this line here like this. This is a wrap blouse. So this is a Muslim woman. Let me try to pass it a little bit like this. My client is a Muslim, so she might like to cover up a bit. So I'll not take it from here, I'll take it from here. Though I think it's better this way if you're not a Muslim like me. Okay, so I'm not going to cut this pattern because I will need it some other time. This person is my customer, so I always sew for her. So I'll keep the pattern and maybe I'll use it some other time. So This scissor is not sharp. I think because it cuts a lot of paper. Okay. So when I come here, so I'm just going to come and blend this in. You must make sure at the end of it all, when you put this pattern, it fits here, up. So whatever you do, you have to put that into consideration. Let me remove this. Take it off. All right, this will be our inner part. So I'm going to use it to cut the outer part, but I told you for this part I'm going to make it longer than this. Okay. So I want to make sure I follow the same order. I remember this was cut on bias, so I'm doing the same for the upper pieces. But as I told you, for this part I'm going to make it one mistake I did again. I did not cut off this. I did not cut it off. I'll do that once I'm done. So I have to observe the outer side and make sure that I get it right. So this is the outer side, and it must face each other when cutting, so that when I put it on, it is balancing. Okay. Let me use this because with black I'll not see. I will not see you. I'll not see where I'm cutting. So this side has to look here like this. Okay, I'm going to cut my second part. So I did not cut together. If I had fabric, I would just cut together. I'll just fold it and cut together. But since we are doing, what is it called, recycling, I had to cut differently. For that reason, okay. So I told you that we shall make this longer because this will be a bit different from the other one. The other one we could not make it the way we wanted because the fabric was not enough to accommodate everything. But for this one, you can make it the way we want. And it's the one going to be on the top. So let me just try to place it back. And then see what we can have here. Okay. So you can see this one, as long as the neckline is fine. I decided to make this another length just because the fabric is not enough, not for any other reason. If we had enough fabric, I would just use the same, you understand, the same everything, but we are just minimizing the fabric. Okay, minimizing, maximizing, whatever. English is not my language. So yeah, we shall take this and it's okay. I'll take this. Okay, so I'll use belt on this. So I'm going to cut. I think I need an electric scissor because this one is heartbreaking and stressing sometimes. So with an electric scissor, you just shh and you're done. So pray for me. Pray for me, I get the electric scissor. right. Okay, so we are done with this part as well. So I will need to put something like a belt here. So I'll check my remaining fabric, what I have, and I need a bias tape to pipe the neckline. So this is how it is going to be. This will be the outside. So if you don't have a bias tape, you can use this method and finish here like this. The same here. I'm going to put sleeves. You can use a rolled seam, even on the neckline, around the neckline, you can use that. If you don't have a bias tape, if you have a bias tape, you can use a bias tape to finish your neckline. So this is it. This is how it is going to be. So whatever works for you, if the bias tape works for you, you use a bias tape. If it doesn't work for you, you use a rolled hem or seam, whatever. So I'm going to join everything together and extend here and also extend here. The shorter part is the inner part, the longer part is the outer part. So this is the inner part, you see it's shorter, and the longer is the outer part. So this is it. Let me check the band, if I can make a band with this. The remaining, if I can get some for the band on each side. It's something straight. So I'm going to cut a band on this side like this. I need 2 of them. So I'll use this It's not stretchy on this side. I don't want to be stretchy, so I'm not cutting the band on bias. Okay, you can see, so I'm not cutting it on bias. So I need 2 pieces. I don't know if the length is enough. This will not work. So let me first finish sewing this together, then I'll see the band after. Okay, so you check your threads. Yeah, you check if you have enough threads on your bobbin. So make sure the front, you don't, some of these fabrics confuse. The front and the back part is confusing. Okay, so you must make sure that you see the front part and you know the back part. So this is the outside of my So this is the outside, the right side. Okay, so we are going to bring also this is the right side. And also this is the outside. Okay. Okay, we are now going to sew So we now have you have to press. If you want a neat finish, you have to press. Every time you finish, you press, you press, you press, you press, you press. Let me check my sleeves because I need to make them a little bit smaller before I even start using them. That is the mistake I did. I did not check them first. So where is my ripper? My seam ripper, my seam ripper. The sleeves were big as well, so I'm going to decrease on their size. And they are rogan sleeves, so I want to make them into the normal sleeves. Okay. I want to make these sleeves smaller and change the shape as well. It's time saving for me to make the sleeves with the side seams to sew them together. Oh, Lord, I'll get you now. Sometimes ripping is stressful, eh? Oh my God. Can make you lose your patience. Oh God. I'm tired of this. I'll just come back after doing this. Yeah. There is a t-shirt I need to finish. Let me finish it. I'll come back for this. Let me finish it, close the live, and I'll do that later. Yeah. So let me finish my t-shirt. I'll come back to that later. I made this t-shirt, I colored it, but I needed to finish the down. It's too short. So let me finish it and I'll do the rest later, because ripping needs time. Let me finish this and I call it a day. I made this t-shirt in case you want to see how I made it, how I painted it, how I put the words on. I'm not so good at painting, but I tried. I tried the painting. My first time, I did the oven as the instructions told me, and I'll wash after to see how it comes out. So let me put this on my dress, and that will be it. Dress, t-shirt, dress, whatever. So I'm going to join these pieces together. And put them around this dress. So I'm going to arrange them. I need the equal sides together. Okay, so I must change my threads as well. I'm going to use white. I had white here. No. Okay, yeah. I have white here. And I'm going to use in the bobbin. I have cream here. So I'll use cream, it's okay with white. Yeah. Let me finish this off, call it a day. I'll finish off my wrap dress off camera because ripping will take a lot of time. I don't want to waste the time I have here. So I place this because sometimes there's what gets off. So I'm going to sew here, join this part here. And join this as well. So after joining this, we have this. Hey, 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 hey. So I want something like this. The issue I have here is if this is enough to cover this. Let me see. The down part is enough, and that is better. I'll use the down part first. Okay. Then, okay. So I must stretch this to make sure that when it reaches here, it's here. This is the back, the front. And another thing I must make sure is to make sure that these points okay. Okay, let's first do this, then see what next. So I must stretch it to make sure that when it reaches here, it is in alignment with this. And another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sew this to make sure I sew this to down. And I'll leave this side at first. Then later I'll come back and finish it off. need to add another layer of this, but I don't know how, because I don't have red threads. I want the color to be uniform. And I want to add it from the inside. Still looking for a way to add this. To add this, I have two options, either to cut it into two and make a rough and add it down in this, or let me see if that can work. Can split this into two. This is the quickest I've thought about. Okay, so we now have two of these. I'm going to join them. So let me join this together like this. I want to add on the length a bit. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take this around, pleating a little bit around this. Let me just hope I did the right thing. Okay, yeah, this is the right thing. So I'm going to come take around this while pleating. So what I'm going to do is to get half. So the halfway is right here. So this is the half. So when I'm starting, I must make sure the side seam is here. This is half. So I'm going to come pleating. I'm going to pleat around. So I'm going to start here, taking it slow, pleating, 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 pleating. And another thing I can do is to sew straight, and let me sew it straight, gather it, and just place it to gathered. I think that will be easy than pleating. So I'm just going to pull the thread, the bobbin thread. Okay. So we are just going to sew this around here, around. Okay. Let me start from here. I'm going to top stitch. Always use the colors, the same colors. You're supposed to use red. I don't have it, but I'll make it red later. I'll paint it red. So please use the colors of the fabric. One side is almost not pleated. Can you imagine? One side is almost not pleated. I did not balance it well. You can see one side is more pleated than the other. I don't know how I can do it. But one side looks more pleated than the other side. One side looks more pleated. If I use the same color, then it would be looking so nice right now. You can see the front, but unfortunately, we did not use the same color. So I'm going to shade it. I'll shade it red. So I'm going to use the same technique on this side. Stitch it in a straight line. Then Hi Nokozola, how are you? How is your day? Okay, so we are done with this. We are going to sew like we did on the other parts. So I'm going to take it from this side like this. This time I tried my level best to balance. done. I'm going to paint. I will paint it later. I'm going to paint the threads red. All of the threads, I'll paint them red. I was supposed to use a red color thread, but I didn't have any right now. So this is my dress. I'm going to join the seam on this side. You can see here on this side, you can see. So I'm going to join the seam here, and that will be it. I'll be back here tomorrow probably. Yeah, probably tomorrow. So let me finish off this side, and we shall call it a day. Okay, so we are done for today. I'll stop here. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I painted this dress myself. You can check out the tutorial. So I'll finish painting these threads as well, and that will be it. So thank you for watching. I love you so much. Adolika Nakuzora Madla. Hey, I hope I read the name well. Thank you for watching, and everyone who has been here, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell a friend. Yes, and have a good day. I love you so much, and God loves you. Bye.